Hi guys, so I'm going to be throwing more light on the things we need to know beyond the conventional genotype AA and AS, and you're going to be saving yourself or your family from a very critical mistake. Stick to the end of this video.
How is it that you're having sickle cell when your dad is AA and your mom is AS? So last week I got a message from a mom, and that message really opened my eyes to a lot of things, and in fact it was mind-blowing. And based on the comments I've been getting on the last post where I talked about the child with sickle cell beta thalassemia, I asked for her permission. Okay, she said I could share her story, but I should hide her personal details. So I got this message last week from a mom, and I was astonished. I was shocked, because these are some of the things that happen that you'll be wondering where, like how did it happen, where did it come from. So she sent me this message explaining how she got married to her husband, and before they got married they did a genotype test. The husband was confirmed AA and she was AS. They got married thinking everything is okay, they are safe. Then they had a child, a son, and 3 years later the boy fell ill. He was very sick. They rushed him to the hospital, and then the doctor said that they will perform a genotype test on him. And when they did it, the genotype test came out as SS. Everybody was shocked, like, how AA and AS, how is it that they have a child that is having SS genotype? So just like how I saw in the comments, of course the husband was like, this is not my child, either she cheated on me or they switched the child at birth. So the husband said that they are going to do a DNA test. They did the DNA test twice, not only for the man, for also the mom, and it came out 99.9 positive. The child was theirs. Everybody's wondering, how is it possible? She said that this thing affected her so much in her marriage. Trust, of course, was gone, because we're wondering, how is it that they have a child with sickle cell? The man is AA and she is AS. She said that anytime she's driving and she passes any lab, she will stop to do a genotype test for her and her child. She will do, and it was always coming out that she's AS and the child is SS, and the man also will do genotype tests, is coming out as AA. So they just decided to accept their fate. Maybe something is going on, but they didn't know what was going on. So she said she came across my video where I was talking about the HPLC, and where I was explaining that you can have other hemoglobin variants in your body, and it's a hemoglobin profile that will bring out all the types of hemoglobin that you have with their percentage. So she showed her husband the video, and they decided to go for a hemoglobin profile test. And guess what? When the result came out, the child wasn't actually SS, but the child was having sickle cell beta thalassemia, while she was AS, while the husband was AA, but he also had beta thalassemia traits. Now in the HPLC test, it will show you percentage of hemoglobins that you have, to show you the percentage of your fetal hemoglobin, percentage of your HbA hemoglobin, any type of hemoglobin you have, you will see it there, because it's your hemoglobin profile. It will list all the types of hemoglobin you have. So the husband had hemoglobin beta thalassemia, and then what happened was that the child took her S hemoglobin, that's the sickle cell trait that she already knew that she had, and then it picked the beta thalassemia trait that the husband had, and that's why she now had a child with sickle cell beta thalassemia. Now in Nigeria, it's not very common, it's not really common, it's not out there, but because of migration and other things, you know, the world is changing, so different kinds of hemoglobins are coming out. So we're no longer having only the common AA, AS, AC, SS and SC that is out there. We are having other types of genotype coming out. I talked about the SF genotype and the rest. So it was then that her marriage became peaceful, and then they now understood what was really going on. Because imagine having a child and there's a question mark over the child's head. Where did you come from? How is it that you're having sickle cell when your dad is AA and your mom is AS? I can imagine how confused that family was. But I'm so glad that my video was able to give clarity to a family that was in a state of confusion. So if you find yourself in this kind of situation, go and do a HPLC test, a hemoglobin profile, so that you can understand what's really going on in your blood. Thank you.